Hey everybody, this is Eric Jackson. Welcome to Jackson Kayak Instructional Series. This is a series of whitewater instructionals, and today we're going to talk about the bow pirouette. Now the bow pirouette can be done many ways with many types of kayaks. You can do, one stroke pirouettes with creek boats when you do enders. You can do pirouettes on play boats. But this is going to be how to do a Slicey boat pirouette, and we're going to be using the new Jackson Kayak MixMaster. Since the Slicey boat is a 90s thing, and people really haven't made Slicey boats that you can pirouette on indefinitely in 20 years now. Basically, it's kind of a lost art. You haven't seen many of them out there. Luckily, I was back there doing rodeos, winning competitions, designing boats, and this particular technique is something I used right before winning the 2000 pre-world championships in my wave sport triple X at the time. But let's just go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and then we're going to go through this one video clip that I've got here that will kind of illustrate, that I'll use as an illustration for the bow pirouette. And I'm using this one illustration simply because it has a variety of things in it. Now notice I'm pirouetting around, go past vertical, and slam the stern. Woo! And I'm all excited. Why? Because it's so much fun. That's why. Alright, let's break it down. That was moving kind of fast. There's several things in here. There's some mistakes I make. There's some things I do good. I actually, if you look at this first one, I attempt a pirouette, and I fall out of a pirouette, back to flat, and I have to start over. How do you start a pirouette? Let's just go ahead. You start right there. Once you are there, where is there? Once you're in a bow stall. So there we go. What's your first prerequisite skill? You need to be able to bow stall. If you cannot bow stall, then you can't bow pirouette. Not in a Slicey boat or any other boat for that matter, because the pirouette is nothing other than a bow stall where you swirl around on the bow. A few basic skills or basic things you need to know in order to get the bow pirouette down. Number one, your weight needs to be staying over the boat. Now this is pretty much common for every skill I'm going to tell you about. You're going to hear me say keep your weight over the boat. What does that mean? Now look at that, I'm bow stalling. Is my weight over the boat? Believe it or not, my weight's over the boat right there. If you look, my body's not leaning one way or the other, and the bow actually isn't dead vertical like this. It's actually, how do I get that? It's actually slightly, man, I can't get my hand there, it's reverse. Anyway, it's actually slightly on angle. My body's like this, and my body is actually over the boat. There's actually, I'm over top of my feet. If it was totally vertical and I was sitting out the front, I'd just fall over. So anyway, body's over the boat is number one. Number two is edge control, left and right. A Slicey boat like the MixMaster, and the MixMaster more than any other, is a wing shape. If you look at the cross sections of this boat, this is a wing shape, very flat, very low volume, and it only slices in certain directions. It'll follow that wing, whatever way that edge is pointed, that's the way the boat's going to go. Now your objective with the bow pirouette is to be able to use one of your paddle blades as either a front sweep or a back sweep, which is going to start turning your boat. Now as you turn your boat, your wing is slicing through the water. Your next objective is to control the angle of the edge in such a way, that's the phone, we're not going to get that, in such a way that it gets the edge down to the right depth. If you don't have enough edge, it's going to pop out. Like in my first example, if you have too much edge, you're going to go past vertical and fall on your head. All right, let's go through a slow-mo here. So I'm in my bow stall, now I'm thinking about reaching for a stroke in order to get the boat turning. Now notice, you'll look at my right blade. I'm reaching forward. I just reached way down in the water, and now I'm going to pull back on it. That was just a little pull back on the stroke. A little pull back on the stroke. That got me a 90-degree turn. Now watch. I reach it forward again. I'm slicing it forward, and another little pull. Wah! Pulls it around again. Now, I want you to notice, I want you to see my head turning. My head is turning and almost falling to the side. I'm about to fall over, and I'm going to use my left blade as a back sweep to catch my body weight, because my body was not perfectly over the boat, and also get that bow down and rotating more. Woo! Right through there. Okay, now, things are getting a little bit better. That my weight's over the boat again. But I want you to look at my left edge. Where's my cursor? There it is. I want you to look at this left edge. It's going to lift up too much. And my boat's going to start flattening out. Look at that left edge lift. Uh-oh, my stern's dropping. The pirouette's about to disappear. But luckily I'm pulling forward on the right blade. I'm going to drop that edge again. Now notice that the edge drops. Hard to see it right here behind me. That's a quick front sweep. Watch me reach another. Now this is my best technique of any of those strokes yet for indefinitely pirouetting. I reach way across. Look at that. Way over the boat. Now the boat's underwater, so it's not in the way. Now I want you to look at my stern edge here. It's flat, but I'm going to get it more vertical by lifting that edge up, or better yet, dropping my left edge on the bow in a little bit more. Lift right there. Look, nice stroke. See that edge come up? What's that going to do? It's going to make me go more vertical. Whoosh. He pulls it around. Now, body weight over the boat. Both blades are out of the water. Whoop. It pirouettes nicely. Good angle. Now what's going on? Got so much edge dropped. Where am I going? I'm going to go pass vert. Wow. Boom. Initiate stern. Instead of doing an Eskimo roll, because it looks cooler, more fun. And, woo! That's Stephen Wright on video. All right, let's watch the whole thing at real-time speed here. And you'll see me make a mistake. You'll see me get it right the second time. But I actually make lots of mistakes in there. Look, pirouette off, miss it. Hit vertical, pull, big push, pull, pass vertical, slam the stern. Woo! Okay, so there's 3 mistakes in there that I made that I'm going to go through one more time. And then, because they are the most common mistakes, you can luckily make them and get away with them sometimes. This first attempt, I don't. There's a nice pirouette. There's a 180. Where's the 360? I lift my left edge up way too much and I can't control it. Whoa, and it just pops right out. Pretty much did a cartwheel. So that was supposed to be a pirouette. But he recovers. I don't stop. I just go ahead and initiate the next end and say, whoo, because Stephen Wright was videoing. I wanted to get this done right. So here, using bow stall technique, basically both blades in the water to balance. 90-degree turn with a short pull. Now I try to get more rotation, so a little bit bigger reach, but not much. Start losing my balance. I use my left blade with a stern or a bow initiation stroke to catch myself. And then my next 360 is my best one in terms of technique. I'm able to get my right blade back in the water with a pull, and over. Woo! There we go. Cool. All right, so that is the bow pirouette. I'm going to fast forward to right there. That's the position you want to be in. If you look, it's hard to tell from that angle. Let me go a little bit more right there. That is about the angle that your boat needs to be. It's about 60 degrees. At 60 degrees, you're going to have the most likely chance of maintaining a bow pirouette indefinitely. Why? 60 degrees, your body weight is far forward enough in your boat that your body weight will hold the bow down. You don't have to have perfect edge. But it's not so vertical you're going to go past vertical on your head. So practice your bow pirouette. Try to do it at 60 degrees like that. Anywhere between 45 and 60 is your most likely. Anything over 60, you're going to fall on your head. Anything under 45, you're just going to flatten out and you're going to have to start over. So bow pirouette. Awesome.